Hey everyone, welcome back to Shade Review. In today's video, we are reviewing the brand new Ray-Ban Joseph sunglasses, and the model number here is RB7683. But first off, I gotta thank today's video sponsor, our own website, shadereviewstore.com, the absolute best place to buy designer sunglasses up to 80% off the original MSRP. Again, our website there is shadereviewstore.com. Check it out. So let's go ahead and pop these sunglasses on face and talk about the dimensions. These have 55mm lenses and then a 20mm bridge, and this is the standard and only lens size that these frames are produced in, so they're not made in a larger or a smaller lens size. You're going to be stuck here with the 55mm lens size, which is definitely going to fit the average person's face very, very nicely. Now, as far as the exact colorway that I have on today's video goes, these have their striped green on green acetate frames, and then the lenses are a crystal all glass lens, and the color is a gradient brown lens. These lenses, of course, are going to have very good scratch resistance because they're an all glass lens, and they're also going to block 100% of UVA and UVB rays, which is extremely important for your eye health when wearing a pair of sunglasses that are going to darken your vision. These do have category 3 lenses up here at the top, but then of course as we transition, it kind of transitions to like a category 2 lens there. I personally love the look of a gradient lens, and it really does match this frame really, really nicely. Now, what's really interesting about this particular pair of frames is the fact that it is made in Japan, where all the highest end eyewear is typically made. So normally Ray-Bans are made in China or Italy, but as of late, they've been producing more and more high-end frames in Japan, and these are definitely no exception. Unfortunately, with the Japanese build quality is going to come a Japanese price as well. These are going to come in at $354 directly on Ray-Ban's website, and I'm going to leave a link in the description down below directly to the website if you're interested in buying these and checking out all the beautiful colorways. But that is a very expensive price considering the fact that a handmade in Italy Ray-Ban Wayfarer is going to run you around $190. And these sunglasses are not only just made in Japan, they are handmade in Japan according to Ray-Ban's website. But if we take a look here at the inner right temple of the frame, it just says Ray-Ban made in Japan there, which is quite interesting. That doesn't say handmade in Japan, even though their website says handmade in Japan. On an original pair of Ray-Ban Wayfarers, it say handmade in Italy, for example. So I'm not sure what's going on there. And now if we take a look here at the inner left temple of the frame, we can see that QR code and model information etched into the frame. And taking a look at the hinge here, we can see a etched Ray-Ban logo, and these are all metal 7-barrel hinges, which feel absolutely fantastic when open up and close them. 7-barrel hinges are just very, very nice and substantial, and these are really, really nice, and they're also attached to the fronts here, and then also attached to the metal stem that runs all the way through the temples. And if we look very closely, this is a semi-transparent frame. The front is going to be semi-transparent, and we can see a metal stem that has some kind of nice etching there and linear lines, which looks pretty good. That's also going to allow you to heat up the frames and then have an optician bend them and give them a custom fit to the face as well, which is really, really nice and important. Now, if we take a look here at the top right corner of the lens, we can see a white painted on Ray-Ban logo, and personally, I think the white definitely clashes with the rest of the frame. It definitely is very loud, and I think it would be much better if it was like etched on a pair of beautiful sunglasses like this. It's just way too loud in my opinion. Now, I have made a video demonstrating how to remove a Ray-Ban logo because it just painted on off a all glass lens. So if you guys want to do that, of course you can do that after the fact. But personally, I'd prefer if it would be etched, just like how Persol etches their lenses with the Persol logo. Now, if we take a look here at the left corner of the lens, we can see an etched RB logo there for authentication purposes. And then if we move down to the outside temples of the frame, we can see a raised Ray-Ban logo in both the left and the right hand temple. Now, as far as the styling of these frames goes, I definitely do like the styling. I think they fit my face really, really nicely. Just a very classic pair of sunglasses. I also would really like these in the black colorway as well for that really cool and subtle style. But this is probably one of my favorites with the way the frame looks. And these are actually going to be pretty hard to manufacture as well. So these are made out of a single block of acetate. However, it's going to be 3 different acetate colors. So the front is going to be the semi-transparent kind of green stripe color, and then here in the middle we have this really interesting green line. It's like a light green line, and then here on the inside we have kind of like a hunter green as well, and there's just a really, really cool combination but when you're wearing them, people aren't really going to see all those different colors too much, depending on what angle they're looking at you on, but just really, really interesting, and again, hard to manufacture because you got to get everything absolutely perfect here when manufacturing them. Now, as far as coverage from the sun goes, these are going to offer okay coverage from sun. So here up top, you can see a pretty big gap to let sunlight unprotected, and then here on the side, again, definitely a pretty big gap to let sunlight unprotected, but because this particular pair does have gradient lenses and the polarized lenses as well, it's going to have this very nice anti-reflective material. Now, it's possible that the non-polarized lenses do have the anti-reflective material as well. I'm not entirely sure because these frames are expensive right out of the box. Sometimes Ray-Ban actually will include the AR coating, but I actually don't have one of those in my hands to make for today's video, so I'm not entirely sure about that, but I do know the gradient and the polarized lens options are going to have a nice anti-reflective material, which is definitely important on a pair of sunglasses that doesn't have the best coverage from the sun like these. Well, overall, I really do like these. I think they look very, very classy and nice. The build quality here is really, really good, but I think for the average person, it's gonna be hard to justify the very expensive price tag of these, coming in up to $391 if you do get a pair of polarized lenses. That is just a very, very expensive pill to swallow. Now, the non-polarized ones are $338, but still very expensive for a pair of Ray-Bans that look very similar to some of the other Ray-Bans that I've reviewed in previous videos. These look a little bit similar to the Ray-Ban Burbank, which are $100+ cheaper. A lot of people are going to be wondering why these are so much more expensive, and the polishing here is absolutely fantastic. The hinges are really good as well, but it is going to be hard to justify spending this kind of money on a pair of sunglasses that look very, very similar, and the build quality is very similar to standard ones that are made in Italy. It's just going to be kind of hard to justify, and it is hard for me to justify as well. But with that being said, I still do really like this pair of sunglasses, and we do have these available on our website for a substantial discount off the original MSRP. So make sure to check out our website, shadereviewstore.com, for current pricing and availability. And I'm also, like I said, going to leave a link in the description below directly to Ray-Ban's website, where they have all the different colorways in stock. But that's all I got for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give me a big thumbs up down below, and of course, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and then be notified every single time I upload a brand new video, just like this one, to our YouTube channel. Again, thank you so much for watching the video, and I'll catch you all in the next one.